Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and we continue today playing with the creatures, but we will also play control at the same time, because it will be flash creatures. Everything will be at instant speed, even our creatures, and that's the compromise I can accept. And this list is from one of the tournaments, so I was actually really excited to try it, finally. I've seen it around for a long time, and I wanted to test it. Errant and Giada, of course, the powerhouse, and the rest of the creatures have flash, so pretty cool deck. I have some thoughts after we play, so in the outro I will tell you exactly what's up. And yeah, if you are a fan of Mono Red Roast, and if you are a Mono Red player, you both will enjoy games today, probably. Alright guys, have fun and enjoy the gameplay. Alright, we are on the draw. Let's see what our opponent is cooking. Make the spear definitely way worse on the draw than on the play, but it might still hit something, and this is our turn to play. So hopefully we can counter something really cool that our opponents really wanted to use. Alright, just tap fully, please. Do it. Do it. Oh no. Alright, we are going with the Malcolm and start, the action. Something bad will happen to Malcolm, but not yet. Not yet. I mean, we go like this, I think. Our curve is a little bit awkward, but nothing special. Are you a smite? I'm sure this is a smite. Like, this is not hitting. Bro, come on. Like, no way this is hitting. A whale? Alright. I'll take it. Because it kills 2 cards with 1 counter spell. And it also gives us the cycling, so pretty big deal. Yeah, told you, this was a little bit awkward. Mirex is just simply better here. It's okay. It's kind of okay. Not perfect, because Emperor is never perfect, but I mean, I also have Emperors, bro. We are trying to be mana efficient, and we will get the first Samurai. So they need to answer it. And then we have the mana for the, next toys. If we draw a land, it's Malcolm and 3-drop. If we don't, it's 3-drop. Candy Trail. On the Candy Mountain. Alright, so let's see, Scry 2, let's see if they like the card. Double top, something super cool has happened for our opponent. And a Glass Cask. Well, it's still a card, but now they... I'm pretty sure... Oh no, they plast. Alright, it's fine. So now we might Malcolm if we go for Make Disappear. It's not like they will counter it, right? We will see, we'll see. I really want to be mana efficient, especially that I'm not drawing too many lands. Sure. I'm fine with it. Every card is basically 1 loyalty only. And I have a lot of creatures that can deal with this. Maybe. Oh, they can draw a card. Did they play a land? I think they did. Yep. So honestly, they shouldn't tap, but I hope they will. By the way, you can counter it, because it's ability, and then they don't get the card. I expect something to happen, so we'll go with Malcolm. It's more versatile. It might be a mistake, but I hope it will work. Well, not drawing what I want. Rough. 5th mana is extremely important right now. And we are not getting it. I think he has some piece of interaction. Okay, Emperor is down, that's good. That's really good. So I could Wedding Announcement or just go for Make Disappear. They will sacrifice this, so they have 4 cards. And they don't want to counter anything right now. They are fighting on ground, we attacked with 1 creature. This potentially saves the Emperor, so it's not super easy for them to ignore. They can attack with the Anchorage, but that will cost them full turn just to answer Emperor, and we still have 4 cards, And one of the cards is extremely important and gives never-ending value. I don't mind it, man. That's actually okay. Now I can just take the damage. Weird that they decided to overkill Emperor, but maybe they expected Smite. Alright, like, we're feeling pretty okay, to be honest. Scrying. One top. We're definitely better drawing lands, though. Alright, so what do? We definitely attack with Malcolm and see what happens. We get more tokens. In 2 turns we flip, and that will be a huge shift in the board power. Man, this tells them so much. It's not great, but we have to go for it. Just because we are not very good at drawing lands. Like, I can miss 1-2 lands, but I think we are missing the 3rd one already, and that's huge. Like, look at this, our opponent doubles us in mana. Sure. It's not a draw, so no point in playing the Mastermind. Man, if they use Field of Ruin, that actually helps us so much. That will give us the missing mana. We can also target it, right? So then they don't get a land, but in this situation it doesn't matter, but sometimes it might. 2 damage. Acquired, my friend. You did it. Good call, of course. Good call, why not? And let's go with what? I will go with this because we have 2 Giadas and 2 Errants, so we can waste the first one. Oh, that's a Memory Deluge. So they were waiting for us to tap out, but because we are better drawing lands, we had to tap out, otherwise we are not making any progress. And our opponent is at 20. Yeah, I think we are losing because we didn't draw enough lands. Like, look, this mana advantage that they have is insane. Like, if I had mana, I would pay for Make Disappear, and I could counter Memory Deluge, so just, you know, way better in every regard. And it's not the case right now, so let's try to find I think it's too late for lands, but let's still try to hit it. A tap land! Oh my god, a tap land! So I think the Tidebinder is the weakest one, especially that it's super expensive. So Mastermind, Make Disappear, Errant and Make Disappear. That fits our mana the best. That also means we can keep countering most of the things he wants to use. This might be a small problem, but, you know, I think we can go through it. Like, we are in the losing situation, just to be clear, but I think that even after missing all those lands, we still have a shot. I think they want to cast Memory Deluge and try to hit a sweeper. And if they do it now, they only have 1 spare mana, so Make Disappear gets it. So I don't think they will do it. And now we untap, and yeah, I mean, we're making some progress. This can be good, but not sure if it is good. Wait, don't forget we can cycle cards. So let's attack with everything and see what happens. Emperor. Trade is great for us. First strike is worse. Alright! Man, that's a lot of damage out of nowhere. Let's see the card. We need those counter spells super hard. I think we'll discard the land. Oh, they're playing the second one. That's smart. And I cannot counter it. Man, that's smart, but I think we can go around it. It's weird they waited until we hit their face, because that could be like smite, or removal. Yeah. Okay, so it was either Island or Errant or Giada if I'm super all-in. And maybe I should, because I'm not winning the long game. I need to counter this turn as much as possible. Yeah, I think I should just go super all-in and not even consider playing game for more than 1 next turn. Like, we need to kill him on the next turn. And this would help a little bit, because that's extra creature, and we probably will have to sacrifice a lot. And we need to still have a 6 power on board, right? That's the first one, that's why it's so important. This one is sweet because we don't need to casualty, and that's really good. They are desperate for answers, and we are not giving them one. They don't have Sunfall, I think, and they try to draw it, so I think they have one card that can be a Sunfall. And I think they were so desperate because this would nearly for sure get a Sunfall. And then they would win, right? The sneaky Memory Deluge for 4 instead of 7 got me off guard. I really prepared for this one, and that would make things so much easier. Right now they can Sunfall, play a land, Sunfall, and pay 4. But they need a land and a Sunfall, and I think they might not have either of them. I think he's like in for some trouble. And we don't care about Field of Ruin. So I think there is a fair shot we are winning. Told you, there was a line of play, and they wait for a tap probably. No, my friend, no taps. Just a full swing with style. They can block 1-2 creatures. I mean, they are not dead on board, right? Alright, that's a little bit scary. Now let's see if they are going for to damage. Okay, I will gladly go to the damage. Don't forget we can... Okay, get lost. Alright. I will take the map tokens. Still, that's a lot of damage, and we're after the blockers, so Anchorage cannot help. So they're cooking something. More map tokens. Alright then. Still for mana open. I think they know we have Make Disappear. They're definitely playing around it. And that's a lot of damage. Don't forget, Mirex token kills them. And that's Otawara. Alright. I'm fine with it. I am fine with it. Alright. First things first. Let's go with Chorus. And try to hit our stuff. I want the land. Please give me a land. It's really important. Thank you. Untapped land, please. Okay, so not exactly what we hoped for, but maybe good enough. Maybe good enough. Yeah, I like those map tokens. They can make sure that this will be a 4-power attacker. How many counter spells they had? So far, 1. So far, 1. I could go for the Wandering Emperor, but I think what we really want to do is pass the turn. Yeah, sorry man. It's really tricky. Like, we have absolutely different strategies, and one of them is winning the game and the other ones are losing. And I don't know which one is which. I think this is the best, because they probably don't have too many options right now. And those careful taps tell a lot. We have Mirex, but I don't think we'll use it. This is one of the reasons I didn't go for Mastermind instantly. This creates a lot of pressure, and they have only 1 card. And now I'm getting extra cards as well. Alright. I was also considering Emperor, depending on how the turn goes. And don't forget, we actually have Lethal here. Huh. Yep, this is the moment. We go for Casualty. We go Disruption Protocol. And I want the creature, because if I counter the Disruption Protocol, I'm getting Attacker, and he's nearly fully tapped out. He has only basically 1 colored mana. And he needs to... Don't forget he has Candy Trail, so he can live gain, but we can use all the map tokens. And Emperor potentially. So we have options. But it's not fully over. We also want to see what we draw. Oh man, that's a nice card. Alright, it's all about those draws, man. All about those draws. Do we go with Anchorage? So I can activate Anchorage and go double map. Let's see if we can hit it first. Good, Painland. Please draw a land, and untapped land. That's what we need right now, really, because we miss so many. Thank you, man, this is huge. This is insane. Alright, now we have a lot. This was basically free trigger, right? Now we can go for the next one, or we can go Emperor. Yeah, we want to get it to 4. Because that means he needs to answer it immediately. Perfect. I mean, this could be a protection spell, but I don't need it. Now we attack and see if he drew reaction. We only play this assuming that he drew a removal, because if he didn't, he's dead. But if he drew it, he always casts after the the blockers, so we're going with it. Alright. Alright, so they activated this one. Yeah, I guess we are going like this then. And now the play will be to, I think, Errant and Giada, right? While we can get some value. I think so. Man, the Mirex is so tempting as well, but it's super expensive, so I don't think we go for it. I think we actually go for the end step play. Because we can use 5 mana at the end step, and they don't know what we have, so it's very hard for them to prepare. Like, we can create 3 creatures out of nowhere, and they don't have to, luxury to play around everything. If they draw cards, the Mastermind triggers. Man, this is insanely hard game. Look, he's actually sunfalling for a single creature, and that is a correct decision. And I think that might be way that he lost. Not sure yet, but it feels close. Alright, if we play this, we get another trigger. Let's go. Maybe we draw something. We need to create as much pressure as possible, so I want to be mana efficient. And it has flying also, and it's a lethal, so a lot of stuff at once. If he wants to counter, he can. But that will be nearly the last thing. See, those were the extra creatures. Like, even if he could prepare, he cannot just assume that I have 4 extra creatures next turn. Like, he needs to make some assumptions, and usually you make that it's 1 or 2 creatures, not 3. Alright guys, we're going first to land, so it's fine. We need to draw the land. If we can draw land and play Wedding Announcement, I think this is a very strong hand. But if we miss, we cannot play stuff at all, so this will be a problem. Alright, is that Boros? Yeah, I think this is Boros aggro. Why? Because their first land is already Sokenzan, which means that they probably don't have mountains, so they probably have like 2 lands in the whole hand, and that suggests an aggro deck. And they might win, unfortunately. And because we are not... like, it doesn't look like we are hitting our land. Of course, we'll try. They might just pump it. But generally Boros doesn't pump. I'm not sure about black color. What's up with this one? It feels like, first thought is Archangel, but they generally don't play it. Not in this kind of deck. Oh, it's vampires. Mardu vampires, I think. Okay, that would explain a lot. We are going with Wedding Announcement, that's for sure. And I mean, we attack. Generally, they don't want to trade, so we'll see, we'll see. I think this is not a good trade for them, but they have more information. Breeze Funk. Oh boy. I think I'm holding the Tidebinder, I think. Oh, and the Flanker. I can exile everything. How do you work? I'm not playing Explorer, right? I'm not as familiar with this card as everyone else. At the beginning of combat, vehicle from graveyard. And it goes to the hand later. I mean, they don't have any vehicles, so I think they will lose Blood Token and get something absolutely huge. And then we exile to the Flanker, or just go with the Tidebinder. Tidebinder can die to 1 mana, so no. And here's the vehicle. Alright, you got it. So, do we want this or this? They have 2 mana, so I will go with the Flanker. Enjoy! Man, it feels dirty because we hit exactly the reanimation deck with a flanker, and I remember the last time I've seen this card was when I was playing Reanimator, and they play one of them, like randomly. So flanker is flanking, man. Alright, enjoy your vehicle. Tidebinder can be answered much more easy. Here they need to, discard another vehicle, wait until the next turn, and we can do it again, and we keep, getting better board. So I'm kind of happy with this one. They don't want to trade. Definitely not Greasefang. Like, this is their main thing for the deck. So, they will discard another vehicle. We could just go with Get Lost, to be honest. But, not sure, man. We'll see what they do. Persistent, are we? Very, very persistent. I think flanker... Man, I want to use other choices because they are cool, but I think flanker is just the best. I don't need this stop, by the way, but I will keep it. Ha, you really want it, huh? Alright then. I think this is their best one. How is this not dirty? The Reanimator deck, and I think I drew all of my flankers, right? I need to check how many I play, but I think it's 2. Like, what the hell is this draw, man? Like, I'm hard countering this guy so hard. It's not even fun, honestly. Bro. So this is the first attack. We can go for 2 turn. I should probably keep attacking, but I want to go this way. Alright then. And they discarded another one. Alright. You know what? I think our opponent is a little bit, crazy with this stuff, so let's make sure that this time Greasefang won't trigger. And they need a creature to use the map token. I could go with the Tidebinder. That's pretty perfect, isn't it? Counter up to 1 ability. Okay, it's not the second cross, but we can just counter it. I'm nearly sure, but I still need to read it, I don't want to risk. And that's a nice leaf out, bro. This was the weirdest freaking game ever. Nothing made sense, but it was great. Alright, going first with Virtue of Loyalty and some Errants and some Giadas. So we'll take it. Our curve looks decent. Honk. The goose. Alright, let's go for this one and we pass the turn quickly. I should probably just fake priority to pretend that I don't have anything. But it probably won't make much of a difference. Good part is because we are on the play. Oh boy! That was no interaction at all. I really expected a counter spell. So they might have removal, but man, I don't know what they have. I normally wouldn't play Wedding Announcement, I would play one of those at the end step, because he has open mana, right? So you don't want to harp them. But after I saw no priority, like, sure, Wedding Announcement it is. This will be so much pressure. And this is good for this kind of deck, because when the pressure is already on the board, they need to tap all the mana to answer this. Which means you can start using other things, They will double block, right? Alright, so we want a token, so we play like this. They probably... It seems to be Esper control, right? Smarty, smarty. I see. It could be a depopulate turn. Let's go. I think it's worth it. If that was the card that can, come back, I wouldn't do it. But because it's a token and this is turn, 4, not turn 5, we have at least one good attack. And they also need to fully tap out. And that's 6 damage, so that's no joke. Let's see if that's an Emperor. Emperor is really good right now for them. And let's see. We draw a card, which is okay in this situation, because the Anthem effect kinda does the same job. And they decided they want to ramp us. Huh. I don't think it makes any difference, and I don't think we'll use this mana. Because we are at 5, and if we have only 3 drops, like 5 is 1 3 drop anyway. Let's go for the white one, I guess, because we have so many white cards here. Alright. Let's see if that's the Sunfall. Alright, that's important. That is important. Can we target our own? Oh, we can save our own stuff with this. Man, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. No cliff, so it hits only the tokens. Each creature. You are a creature. Alright, let's go with this one and see if there's a reaction. Let's go. Let's freaking go and see the reaction. 7-5 is not bad. Not bad. And we can try to protect it. Man, Virtue of Loyalty. I'm not sure how to play with this card. If there's a turn to play it, it would be this one probably. Alright, here comes Get Lost. Get Lost. Okay. What would happen if that was a Bodyguard? And I know it's a bit of a weird play, but it helps against Sweeper a lot, so I'll take it. And on the next turn we can Errant and Giada and start hitting, you know, cards from the top, so I think on the value side we're okay. And now Sunfall isn't perfect. Oh boy, that's so much damage. We can also go with the Anchorage if we feel super confident. It's 8 damage, so if he's fully tapped, I think one of the cards should be a land if he doesn't have one. It's really important that he needs to, you know... Oh, this is a tap land though. That's bad. For him, of course for him. Alright, so we could Errant and Giada, or we can just keep attacking. And keep attacking is the way to go. Don't forget we have an Anthem effect. We will have a map token, that's 9 damage already, and we have Faerie Mastermind. So this is how we play against control. If they play a sweeper, this and this stays. Also the map token, so extra 1 damage. You also Mastermind, so they have like 3 creatures after they sweep. If that's an Emperor, like, you can just out damage Emperor. So they will explode probably. I don't think there's any combination they can make. Even Farewell leaves this. Man, this is such a perfect card for under the Bodyguard, because when this enters the battlefield, it means something died. And it's probably a sweeper, and then it gets all the counters. So not only he has a creature that is left over, it gains all the power from the creatures he tried to kill. He managed, but you know. Alright. Oh boy, I mean, this will be one of the games where we have to hit the third land or we do nothing and we concede. So this is a huge gamble, but, well, we don't have too many lands, so there is a fair shot we won't get the third land in like 2 next draws. But I hope we can... Oh man, I'm so good at Magic. That was so important, man. If we can start with the wedding announcement, so... Oh, we are playing against Mono Blue, it seems. That's very, very weird. Let's go. Unfortunately... Oh my god. I was sure this will be countered. Man, that's huge. That's huge. I was considering like making end step play just to avoid this counter spell. But... Oh, okay, so it's like ninja mono blue thing. Alright, alright. I think we win. Mostly because we are on the play and we you know, started with wedding announcement. 5 damage is a lot, but I don't think it's, you know, enough. I mean, it will be put into graveyard from battlefield. Very awkward. I'm just going like this, man. This has flying, but we'll try to make it work. Let's go. Let's freaking go. If we're about to race, this is how we can. I need to survive for a moment, but I hope I will be able to. Their start is very, very strong. 5 damage with flying. Like, man, that's no joke. Especially that we don't have rear removal. We have the bodyguard. But I'm sure something bad will happen to bodyguard, so, you know. Hopefully it will be tapped, but it probably will be like bounced or something, and then they go for the attack and they kill us. They also have discover if this goes into graveyard for any reason. And we still need 2 turns before we flip. Alright, we cannot attack on this turn with a flip. So second wedding announcement might be too slow, so we probably won't get the anthem effect for this one. And our opponent is calculating, because he knows he doesn't have a lot of time. He needs to be as deadly as possible. We'll probably play... Oh right, we have a blocker! Errant and Giada is a blocker, that's huge. Especially that we might hit something that can be played instantly. It's an interesting one. Oh boy, I don't want cards. This will be the slowest lethal ever. Alright, you tapped. So they think we wanted to attack with everything, when in reality we attack with 1. We need the maximum board for the next turn. I think I might go with the bodyguard, I'm not sure. If we hit 6 mana, we could combine those and just counter the, you know, triggered ability. This is already 10-10, but that's not enough yet. So we need to slow the game because our racing is too sorry, voice crack. Our racing is just too slow. We need second wedding announcement flipped, and because he started with a 5-4 flyer, we have very little time. We cannot block, even though we have insane board advantage, but it doesn't, like, it's like empty board basically for defensive purposes. Like if we had nothing, it would be exactly the same as this. So a bit rough. Alright, 7 damage. That's even more than 5. However, maybe we can sneak a very nice kill here. They definitely have some interaction, I think. So let's go. We don't pain ourselves, even if we hit 2-drop with a flash. So we have to go. They didn't use map token, right? So they must have something. Let's see. 7 damage is a lot, man. Alright. Well, a lot. Not the worst, but I'm not sure if that's good enough. Please don't kill it. Oh, they will bounce it or something. Fading Call, probably. Yeah. And they will scry as well. I wonder why they didn't use map token. That means they also have something else, right? For 2 mana. Most likely. Oh, do I die? Somehow? How do I die? No, no way. Like Blue Mars doesn't... Okay, makes sense. That explains it. So they will draw a card, not the end of the world, but definitely hurts a little bit. And this of course can tap again. So, I cannot kill them, right? It has to be a 2-turn lethal. It has to be a 2-turn lethal, so we will create leave 1 block. Oh right, they will tap something. So we attack with 3, I believe. 1, 2, 3. 1 will be tapped, and the second one will go for the Moon Circuit Hacker. And I mean, we need to work with it. I'm not sure, man. Oh man, that's something, but I don't think it will matter this turn. Oh man, this is a huge card, but we drew it a bit late. Because right now we have double play, so Emperor doesn't really, like, you know, do more than 2 of those cards, I think. I'm not sure. So, Make Disappear doesn't hit it unless they, you know, waste one of the creatures. And even if they get something, and they will, at least this cannot attack and whatever comes into battlefield. So Summoning Sickness is the reason we are going for this play mostly. And we still have the Tidebinder, right? It's not an ability really. Hexproof. Alright. Life gain not really important. Let's go. We don't have a choice. This is our last play. But we are in combat phase, so... Oh no, how do you work? It has flash. Oh no, they can just stop it. There's nothing I can do about it. Yep. Our opponent played very well. Virtue, alright. Will be harsh. Oh my god, Mono Red, you are still here. It's great. I love Mono Red. Especially when it's not present. Alright, so let's go. See, this time I will try not to be ranty. We will be super positive toward our Mono Red friends. Oh wow, that's exciting. Kumano and then Feldon. I didn't see those cards used and consider me excited. It seems to be a good combination. You play all the aggressive cards with haste, and your opponent's life goes to 0, then you can play another game. That's great, and it's fun. And don't let any content creator tell you otherwise. It's just so fun. Alright, in the game, what exactly is going on? I mean, we will lose, because they were on the play, and they have perfect curve so far. They might miss Godric, but their opening Feldon and Kumano is just a lot, man. A lot. If they have a pump spell, and they probably have, we can basically concede and go for the next game where we can be on the play maybe, and then we can win. If that's Monster Straight, that's it. Cool. That was great game of Magic, and man, I made so many decisions and I think they weren't optimal, so next time I will win this game because I will play better. Alright, so acceptable hand, not the best one. You generally want at most one bodyguard. And that will be annoying. Alright. Anyway, what our opponent is doing. He's definitely playing at a Faerie, so it's 90% it's mono red on the play. And man, it's so fun. Oh, it's so fun. I enjoy this matchup quite a lot. I wonder will they play a 2-drop with haste. Oh my god, a 2-drop with haste. This is so much different than the other game that we played. That was exactly, literally, not the same. And if they play the same card on the same turn, I will just laugh. And maybe at some point. Is that Godric? No. Charming Scoundrel. We're just having fun. I was just thinking, okay, so they don't have the pump spell. That's the most we can hope for. We cannot get free trades, so we are going for those trades. Like this is the best we can do on the draw. Alright, because we are on the draw, we probably cannot play Wedding Announcement, but we'll still try. Imagine surviving until this flips, bruh. Maybe if you are on the play. Well, that was a great game of Magic. Well, let's play again and see if this time we will be on the play. Alright, this is a decent one. Mastermind makes this hand way better. If not Mastermind, this hand would be pretty average. You definitely want to start the game faster than just, you know, turn 3. This will be harsh. We need to really go for it, man. Plaza of oh, interesting. Man, I wish he drew a card, but it's not happening. We have to, you know, play on curve, so we will go like this. Decent land. So this draws and discards a card, right? And if it's an instant sorcery, we lose life, he gains life. And when he sacrifices it, he gets... he can cast instant sorcery, but at 2 mana attacks, basically. Yeah, so not the perfect card. I think we have luxury to play Wedding Announcement. I will go for it. And don't forget, if he goes for the ability for the Desecrator, we draw a card, because that will be the second card he draws. I think he wants to use it. Oh, he will do it during our turn. Smarty, smarty. And this one has reach, so we need to be careful. I cannot force him to draw extra card, unfortunately. Unless I activate the ability, but it doesn't make much sense. He didn't go for it. Very interesting. Like, he could life gain if that was a land, so I'm not sure about this one. So he probably can get some good value here. He can play 2-drop, right? Is that a combo deck? I'm not sure. I think we want to set up Errant and Giada, and we can Ganjo as well, so we prefer Legendary. He has 2 mana, right? 3 mana, actually. So we need to be careful. Oh man, this is insane. This can be very good. Alright. If we are smart, this can be great. But are we smart? Okay, so all the 3 mana, so I need 5 mana. I don't have one, so maybe with this, is that close about mana abilities? I don't think so. Counter activated, it's unactivated, and it's an artifact, so it will lose all the abilities. I think that helps a little bit. I cannot pump anything. I really think a Ganjo just is better as a land right now. Don't forget we are getting a lot of value from Errant and Giada, basically drawing 2 cards a turn right now. And I'm not sure what the end game for him it will be. Like, is this something that we cannot fight against? I'm not sure. Alright, we can target the untap, right? Because it's mana ability. I want to get rid of the Emperor, then maybe draw a land and play double flash creatures from the top. So I'm trying to overwhelm him. I think we can, but I'm not fully sure. It depends what the power play for this deck will be. If that's Jedi or something like this, well, that hurts. Another relic. Alright. The second one is not as scary as the first one, but it probably means that Tidebinder shouldn't go there. Let's play. We can play her because she has flash, right? And it's close about everything that has flash, not only creatures.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and
Listen,
protect my people.
I don't like your creatures. They're pretty cool. They can sacrifice Plaza, so let's see if they go for it. They had the mana, I believe, and it's legendary. Sure. Mastermind. So, okay, so they must have a Cardo. Like a heavy Cardo, I would guess. Man, those are some decent cards. Absolutely decent cards. I think we should win. We need to play it right. So I could bodyguard the Titania and then keep up the counter spell. Yeah, that should be the play. Then we can keep attacking very aggressively. So he has priority because he can, use legendary creatures. Let's see. If he takes the mana, we know that something is up. Maybe I should use the Emperor first, but he would remove her if he could. And that's it. Not exactly sure what was there, but we overwhelmed with extra cards. Like, look, we still had 4 cards and we had a counter spell for whatever he was about to play, and we had the mana to cast it. Alright guys, today's games were pretty fun. I have to say this deck is capable of producing a lot of interesting games. We had also some uninteresting games. So about Mono Red. Yeah, I think we need to talk about it because it feels definitely like a tournament deck which has less, tier 1 aggro like mono red, mono white. However, I think against all the other decks we have a very fair shot, and I like the deck. I think it's pretty cool. With all the flash creatures, you have so much potential for interaction, so there's usually way more decisions than with other aggro decks, and you have still some control with make disappears and some removal. Also, your creatures have very cool abilities. Tidebinder is a very interesting card because it has 3 mana, pretty okay stats. It's not crazy, but it does the job, especially that you want to be aggressor, so 3 mana, 3 attack is okayish. But the ability can be absolutely devastating. Even removing planeswalkers fully, because you can counter activated trigger from loyalty, is also pretty good because you don't need to kill them, and that means more damage. So to be shorter about it, I really think this is an interesting aggro deck, and the Tidebinder means that the deck is actually really hard to play. You have seen that I kinda struggled with making the best line of play, and even though we usually got there with some work, it's actually a really hard deck to play. With Tishana's Tidebinder, you can basically counter everything that happens in the game. You have so much possibilities that it's always up to you to think which counter spell will win you the game the most, and that's definitely something that we are not used in standard because we only have Earth, I believe, and this that can counter abilities. So not the usual control stuff. So maybe that makes it also very interesting for a deck. So yeah, I wouldn't personally ladder with this deck because it's not a control, so you don't have as much fun as countering everything and sweeping the board every turn to our aggro player's demise. And it's also not fully tier 1 aggro that ranks you quickly. So I think it's somewhere in between. It's more of a, pretty solid deck, and just to be clear, we went 4-4, so we had 50% win rate, and obviously mono red made our stats way worse, and the other matchups seem to be basically winnable very easily, so pretty much expected. However, don't forget that we are always on the draw against mono red, so those results don't really tell much. Every deck isn't favored if they are on the draw against mono red, including other mono reds, because the guy that starts in mono red mirror will probably win as well. So it is what it is. Alright guys, I'm recording this last part like 9 times already, so I will just stop talking and just end the video, and just want to say thank you for all your support and that you stayed until the end. Know that you are really appreciated and it makes an actual difference, so thank you for that, and I hope you had a great fun. Today games were pretty okay. I think we played very, very, smarty, so I'm pretty happy about today's video. Alright, enough, have fun, and see you tomorrow, guys.
With